Welcome to Midnight Narratives. I'm your small-town Aussie host, here to guide you through the stories that keep people talking long after the sun goes down. Out here, away from the big city lights, we've got a different perspective. Raw, honest, and unfiltered. So grab a seat, settle in, and let's dive into a story you won't forget. Before we get into today's story, I just want to say this. YouTube doesn't always allow certain words in content like this, so I'll be changing up some language. It doesn't change the truth of what happened, but it keeps this story here where people can see it and talk about it. So let's get into it. On August 22nd, 2025, 23-year-old Iryna Zarutska, a refugee who fled Kyiv to escape the war in Ukraine, boarded the Lynx Blue Line train in Charlotte, North Carolina. She thought she was safe here. She had already survived the trauma of war, leaving everything behind for a chance at peace. But that ride would be her last. Sitting behind her on that train was Decarlos Brown Jr, 34 years old. And here's the part that makes people furious. This wasn't some random person with no history. Brown had what can only be described as a massive rap sheet. A criminal record so long it's hard to understand how he was still walking free. Arrest after arrest, violent incidents, mental health red flags, and yet time after time he was put back out onto the street. Within minutes of Iryna sitting down, Brown pulled out a blade and attacked her. It happened fast. She was struck multiple times, including one devastating wound to her neck. The train stopped, passengers panicked, and Brown stepped off like nothing happened. By the time responders arrived, Iryna was already unalive. Now here's the debate. How many chances should someone get? At what point does society say enough is enough? This wasn't a man who slipped through the cracks once. He had a documented pattern of violent behaviour and severe mental health struggles. He should have been in custody or at the very least under strict supervision. Instead, he was free, and a young woman paid the price. People argue about rehabilitation, about second chances, about the system being fair. But when we look at cases like this, the question has to be asked, who is the system protecting? Because it clearly wasn't Iryna, and it wasn't the countless other women and men who are put at risk every day when dangerous offenders are released back into the public. This story has sparked outrage for another reason too. Public safety and transit security. Why wasn't there better protection on that train? Why are passengers left defenceless when they're supposed to feel safe commuting to work, school or home? If someone with a record like Brown's can ride next to you with no checks, what does that say about how seriously authorities are taking the safety of ordinary people? And here's where the conversation gets really heated. Do we need harsher punishments? Some believe the justice system in the US has gotten too soft, that violent repeat offenders know the system will spit them back out. Others argue punishment alone isn't enough, that we need stronger mental health interventions before someone spirals this far. But here's the reality. A 23-year-old woman who had already endured war was unalived on a train in broad daylight. She should have been safe. She should have had a future. And she didn't, because the system failed at every step. So I'm asking you, should there be harsher punishments to protect society, especially women, from repeat violent offenders? Or is there another answer? That's the debate we need to have. And that's where we'll leave it tonight. Thank you for watching. If you think more people should be talking about this case, hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next story. Until next time, stay safe and take care of each other.